Good morning all of you. Today we are going to discuss about the cost accountancy and its very basic meanings and functions and how it is differentiated from financial accountancy and cost accountancy. Today we are going to discuss about the very basic of cost accountancy. Cost accountancy is one of the very important topic throughout the BCom. From the semester 1 to semester ending of the BCom department, it is very important and a coming or recurring subject. Okay, so let us move to the subject. What is cost accountancy? We may have very familiar with financial accountancy, and what is cost accountancy? We should know it. So like any other accountancy, cost accountancy have some principles. Like any other branch of accountancy, like financial accountancy, cost accountancy, management accountancy, like any branch of accountancy, the cost accountancy has some basic principles, and that principles applicable to the organization so as to ascertain the cost and to control the cost. So cost accountancy is a branch of accountancy which apply the principles of cost accountancy to the organization so as to ascertainment of the cost and control of the cost. So mainly two functions are associated with cost accountancy. First of all, cost ascertainment and cost reduction or cost controlling. So as to control the cost of the organization, the cost accountancy implemented in the organization. So today we need to discuss in depth about cost accountancy and its functions. After this class, you will be very familiar with the meaning and functions of the cost accountancy. So I hope after this class you are able to understand the very basics of the cost accountancy. So once again, what do you mean by cost accountancy? Cost accountancy is the application of cost principles in the organization so as to ascertain the cost and to control the cost. And what is ascertainment and what is controlling, we will discuss in detail. Okay, so let us go to the functions of the cost accountancy. Before that, what is cost? You may very familiar with the term expense. Expense. For each and every element, there will be an expense. We can find some expenses. And today, we are discussing about the cost accountancy. Some of the expenses are associated with every angles of the organization. And the cost accountancy is very focused on expense, on each and everything. So as to control the cost and to sometimes eliminate the cost, sometimes to reduce the cost, so as to increase the profit. We know for every business organization, profit is the ultimate objective of the organization or business organization. And what is the equation of the profit? We all know profit is equal to, or profit is the difference between revenue and expenditure. So as to increase the profit, an organization has to improve its revenue. That means improve its sales. Whatever the organization, they have to improve their sales to improve the profit. Not only to improve the sales, they have to reduce the expense so as to get more profit for the organization. So here we are discussing about how the cost accountancy is useful to the organization through its functions. After discussing the functions of the cost accountancy, you may be very familiar and you may be clear your very basic doubts of cost accountancy. So cost accountancy, the main objective of cost accountancy is reducing the cost of the organization so as to improve the profit of the organization. Okay, now let's go to the functions of the cost accountancy. After knowing the functions, you are very clear with cost accountancy. So first of all, the functions of the cost accountancy we are going to discuss. So first function is, unlike financial accountancy, it is not financial accountancy. Financial accountancy is just, we know, while happening the transactions, financial transactions, we are entering the transactions and finding the result. Only after happening a financial transaction, financial accountancy begins. But cost accountancy is unlike financial accountancy. It begins before a financial transaction occurs. So the first function is very important, that is it's cost estimation. Before happening a cost, before happening an activity, we are predicting the cost. So it is one of the first activity. That means we are planning in future. That is what will be the cost? What will be the cost of an activity? What will be the cost of a product? What will be the cost of a department? Like that we are estimating, we are deciding in advance, we are estimating in advance, predetermining in advance. So it is a function of cost accountancy. Here cost accountancy is very different from financial accountancy. Financial accountancy is like that, after happening an event we are analyzing or we are recording the event. But in the cost accountancy, this is starting with cost estimation. What do you mean by estimation? That means we are predicting the cost before it happenings. So before happening we are estimating, we are predicting the cost. So here the cost accountancy is differentiated between the financial accountancy. So the cost estimation, that means we are predicting the cost before happening an event. We are predicting the cost before happening an event. That is cost estimation. Okay. Then what will be after happening an event? Okay, estimation occurs before happening an event. And what will be after happening an event? We can know the cost. We can understand the cost. So the next function of cost accountancy is cost ascertainment. Cost ascertainment. The next function of cost accountancy is cost ascertainment. That ascertainment means understanding the real cost that is already occurred. Okay. Cost estimation means we are predicting the cost before happening an event, and cost ascertainment is we are knowing the cost after happening a thing. For example, after happening a sales or after happening a purchase. After happening a purchase, we will get the invoice of the purchase, and in the invoice there will be the cost recorded. At that time, while seeing the invoice or while discussing with the purchasing authorities, we actually knowing the real cost. We are understanding the cost. That is cost ascertainment. So once again we are going to the steps. Cost estimation means we are predicting before happening an event. That means we are predicting before the purchase. Before the purchase we are predicting the purchase price may be rupees 1 lakh. And cost ascertainment means the real cost will be understood. Here we can understand by the invoice of the purchase. From the purchase, when we are looking, it is found 1,10,000. That is the actual cost. Okay. So understanding the actual cost, that is cost ascertainment. So I hope you will clear the differences between estimation and ascertainment. Okay. Then after ascertainment, like any other branches of accountancy, next step is recording the cost. Okay. First of all we are estimating, then we are understanding. After understanding, what we have to do? We have to record it like any other branches of accountancy. It is very basic function of the accountancy to record what is happening. All the financial happening we should have to record. So the third step is cost recording. So understand, these are a step-by-step process. Okay, happening after happening and function. Okay, so cost recording. After understanding the cost, we are recording the cost. So accountancy, we know the financial accountancy begins from there. Cost accounting. Financial accountancy begins from recording. But cost accountancy is unlike financial accountancy. Okay, financial accountancy begins from ascertainment and recording. Understanding the cost and recording. But the cost accountancy begins before occurring a cost. That is one of the major difference. Then after recording, okay, think, dear students, think, if I am an accountant of an organization, I am recording a transaction, I am doing accountancy, is it for me? Never. It is not for me, but it for the interested users of the business. And interested users of the business is called stakeholders. Interested users of the business are called stakeholders. You may be familiar with the term stakeholders. Okay, you may be familiar with the term stakeholders. That means they are the interested users. For them, the accountant is preparing everything. They may be the owner of the organization and sometimes government, sometimes employees of the organization, sometimes customers of the organization, sometimes bankers and so on. The stakeholders can be classified into internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. So what do you mean by internal stakeholders? The stakeholders, they are inside the organization, like owners, employees, like that, or managers, like that. They are rested within the organization. And external stakeholders, they are external authorities, like they are not direct relation with the business. They are outsiders, like government, customers. Customers are coming from outside, so they are belongs to external stakeholders. So for the stakeholders, the accountant is preparing accounting. That means for the cost accountancy, the main stakeholder is, understand, the main stakeholder is management. Sometimes cost accountancy is also known as management accountancy. It is prepared to submit to the management so as to take some managerial decisions. Okay, then cost recording. And next step we should understand that we have to record, we have to prepare, we have to analyze for presenting before the management. That is the important stakeholder associated with the cost accountancy is management. We need to submit the report to the management, because cost accountancy is very useful to the management for taking managerial decisions. So next step, after recording, we have to present it before the management. Okay, so next step is cost presentation. Cost presentation. We are presenting. A cost accountancy or cost accountant is a little bit more graduated, because he has the ability to analyze and interpret. After that, he has to present it before the management. What is the purpose of presenting it before the management or presenting to the management? We should understand that the cost accountancy is very useful to take some managerial decisions by the management. So another function of cost accountancy is decision making. Decision making. Okay, think once again the steps we are calling back. Once again the step, we are estimating, we are predicting the cost, then happening the cost, understanding the cost. After understanding the cost, we are recording it. After recording it, we are presenting to the management. After getting the cost details, the management taking some decisions, whether to stop some product, they are high cost, whether to stop some activities, they are high cost. Like that, the management has to take some managerial decisions. So the decision making is the aim of cost accountancy. So the management has to take some managerial decisions. These comes in cost accountancy. The cost accountancy is very intended to take or get managerial decisions. So next step is decision making. And under the decision making, what may be the major decisions associated with the cost? Think like that. What are the major decisions associated with the cost? Mainly two decisions will be very useful. That means cost reduction as cost control. So next two functions are cost reduction and cost control. Okay, so next function is cost reduction, and next one is cost controlling. Okay, the management has to take some decisions, that is decision making. Whatever may be the decision, it is up to them. Okay, however, there are two major decisions associated with the cost accountancy. That's come the functions of the cost accountancy, that is cost reducing and cost controlling. These terms are very differentiated, but both two are cutting off the cost, but they are mainly different functions. So cost reduction, if the management found some product has the price is more, they can reduce the price. And we should understand that cost reduction is a permanent function. It's a permanent function. It's a permanent function. That means we have to cut off the cost. We need to cut off sometimes we need to cut off the salary of the employees if we are paying more to them. And if we are charging high price for a product and the product is found not moving in a market due to its price, we need to reduce its price. And these kind of decisions will be taken in accordance with the report by the cost accountant to the management. Okay. So cost reduction is a permanent process, that is reducing the price of a product or service or event or anything. Okay, cost reduction. And cost controlling. Cost controlling, that means we are eliminating some of the activities. We are avoiding some of the activities that may be a reason to incurring cost. Some of the activity that is going to incurring the cost, we are eliminating that activity is known as cost controlling. Okay, I hope you will know, you will understood these functions along with the meaning of cost accountancy. Cost accountancy is associated with ascertainment and controlling of the cost of the organization, and the functions begins from cost estimation, that is predicting in advance, and ascertainment, understanding the real cost. After understanding the real cost, it will be recording. After recording so many transactions and after analysis and interpretation, the cost accountant will submit to the management. Management as the main stakeholder of the cost accountancy, that is cost presentation. And then the management is using the cost data for decision making, for taking managerial decisions. And then the major decisions, the major functions taken will be usually taken by the management are cost reduction and cost controlling. Cost reduction means permanently cut off the price. For example, if the price of a product is 10 rupees, we are reducing it to 8 rupees. 8 rupees. And it is difficult to rethink about the increase of the price after reducing the price. That is why this is called a permanent process. Okay. Then cost controlling, we are avoiding some unnecessary happenings, unnecessary activities. If found by the management, they will control that activity so as to control the cost. Okay. So these are the basic functions, and now we need to understand what is the difference between financial accountancy and cost accountancy. How the cost accountancy is differentiated with the financial accountancy. It is also an important topic. So next topic, we are moving to the next topic, is how the cost accountancy is differentiated with the financial accountancy. As we are in the semester 5, so we all are familiar with the financial accountancy. We have studied basics of financial accountancy, we have studied advanced financial accountancy. After that, we have reached semester 5. In this semester 5, we are very familiar with the financial accountancy, and we should understand that how the cost accountancy is differentiated with the financial accountancy. So many aspects are there. By its meaning, first of all, we can differentiate with the meaning of financial accountancy and cost accountancy. By its meaning, we know what is financial accountancy. Financial accountancy after happening a financial event, we are recording, we are classifying. That means we are making ledgers, we are preparing trial balance, we are preparing balance sheet, we are finding the result of the business by its financial events after happening or after the occurrence of financial events. Okay, after the occurrence of financial events, after the occurrence of a financial event, financial accountancy starting from the end of happening a financial transaction. Once again, financial accountancy is starting from the end of happening an event. Which event? Financial event. Only financial event are taken into consideration by these both financial accountancy as well as cost accountancy. That is why these are called accountancy, as they are associated with financial events. That is why these are called accountancy. And by the meaning, financial accountancy is beginning from the happening of a financial event. Okay, that means we know the definition. Accounting is art of recording, classifying, summarizing, like that, in a significant manner in terms of money, like that. Okay, we know. But we should understand that the financial accountancy is beginning after happening an event. But the cost accountancy, we know the first function of cost accountancy. What is the first function of cost accountancy? Is cost estimation. That means before happening an event, we are estimating, we are predicting what will be the cost. Okay, so this is the meaningful difference. That means financial accountancy is a kind of accountancy which begins after a transaction, and cost accountancy is a kind of accountancy which is mainly useful to the management for cost estimation, ascertainment and controlling. Okay, the major functions: cost estimation, ascertainment and controlling. Here in financial accountancy, only cost ascertainment are there. Cost ascertainment is rested with the financial accountancy, but in cost accountancy there are some additional functions, that is cost estimation and cost controlling. Okay, two additional functions are there. Before happening an event, we are estimating the cost and we are cutting the cost. That means we are going to control the cost. In financial accountancy, only a machine process is there. That means recording, classifying, summarizing and interpreting the result. That means we are going through some systematic process. No additional activities are involved with the financial accountancy. But in cost accountancy, there are so many additional activities like cost controlling, cost reduction, cost estimation. By its meaning, I hope you will understand the difference of financial accountancy and cost accountancy and the objective. Based on its objective, financial accountancy and cost accountancy is different. Based on the objective of the financial accountancy is we have to maintain a record of financial transaction of the business, and we have to find the result of the business, whether the business has profit or not. If profit, how much profit? If loss, how much loss? Okay, like that. So objective of financial accountancy is maintaining financial records as well as finding the result. And the objective of cost accountancy is understanding the cost, reducing the cost, sometimes eliminating the cost. That is, objective is, it is to take some managerial decisions. So cost accountancy's objective is to take managerial decisions. And by its requirement, whether the financial accountancy is compulsory or cost accountancy is compulsory to an organization. Okay, we should understand that financial accountancy is legally compulsory. As per the Income Tax Act, as per the Companies Act 2013, it is compulsory to the joint stock company forms of business. Not to the base forms of business like a sole proprietorship or partnership, but to the advanced form of business, that is joint stock company. It is legally obligation to prepare financial accountancy. And for the cost accountancy, it is the choice of the management. They may implement cost accountancy or not. It is their own choice. If they wanted to control the cost, if they wanted to know the cost, they can implement cost accountancy. Otherwise, there is no compulsion to the management for implementing cost accountancy. And cost accountancy is an expensive process. Cost accountancy itself is an expensive process, but the aim is reducing the expense associated with the production and the service. Okay. Then, by its coverage, the financial accountancy and cost accountancy is different by its coverage. That means we will be in discussion of cost accountancy. And do you think the cost accountancy, okay, let us wind up as the time is very short. Okay, let us wind the section by saying the coverage also. Okay, we are going to wind up this section because the time is over. Okay, the coverage, whatever the coverage, what will be the coverage? Understand that financial accountancy is covering whole of the organization. In every corner of the organization, while happening a financial transaction, financial accountancy is beginning. And for the cost accountancy is mainly associated with the production and service. Production and or service. That means these are the major area where the cost is occurring. Okay. So due to some shortage of time, we are wind upping today's section. And after this section or the next section, we will continue how the financial accountancy is differentiated with the cost accountancy. And I hope you have understood the topic. And if you have any doubts, you are feel free to ask me your doubts. And I hope you will understood the concept. Okay, thank you all. Thank you.